Hey, what's up? So I would like to design a system where I have buckets, and then the buckets can be pulled from, and it's sort of like a conveyor belt. Like you pull from one bucket and it goes to the next bucket, and then you process something in the next bucket. I was inspired by Comfy UI, but I don't think I would go so far as making a visual interface. Okay, I gotta stop hiccuping or I can't make a video. Okay. Must focus, and it's gone. Okay, so let's see here. I did an evaluation on different LLMs to see which ones are good at Spanish, and to be completely honest, they all did pretty well, actually. But I'll probably limit it to single model families, things that are $2 or less. Probably would have gone lower than that, but I don't want to write off Mistral Medium. And then, besides, $2 for 1,000,000 tokens is pretty low. But some of the more expensive models are like $75 for that many tokens. That is definitely too much. So, let's see if we can design this bucket system here. So let's say new... what do we want to call it? Python bucket system? I don't know. Convey it. Well, no, it's a batch work queue. Multi-step. That is the worst name I have ever written in my life. Are we going to use the same version of Python? Sure, whatever. Let's do it in a new window, and then I will need my open an Explorer. Okay, so I will need my LLM logger. Yes, and LLMs and rate limited LLMs, right? Yeah, I think so. So let's make a new Python file called scratch.py, like that. Make this big, and we'll say from rate limited LLMs import get managed LLM map, and then we'll say m equals and print m dot keys, and we'll see what keys we have here. Okay, this is going to be really annoying. Pip install Mistral AI, OpenAI. What else? Well, we'll just do it one at a time, I guess. Okay. Dear Lord. I should have copied my Python environment. Just reused the same one. Oh well. It gets messy, whatever. Besides, I don't want to get rusty on using these. Although this needs to hurry up. Oh my God. Okay. Can I try it again while it's running? I don't think I can. Let's see what else it's pissed off about. Anthropic. Okay. Guess I could have done a little prep work here. Sorry. Oh well. This is development here. Okay, if this keeps up, I am going to go get the requirements file, because that was starting to piss me off. Okay, now we just need to make sure that it is working, so no reason to not choose the cheapest model. Let's say print M. Oh my God. Say hi to Lena. I don't know who Lena is. I just made that up. Although there is a girl named Lena in my book, that isn't actually who I was referring to. But it is a name that my brain apparently comes up with. So, hi Lena. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Wonderful. All right. Okay. So let's come back here. All right. Okay. Create a list, text only, of every model that is better than GPT-5 Nano and lesser than or equal to $2.0 per million tokens. I guess I just could have eyeballed that. Well, no, I want it in text format that's easily pasteable. Okay, I did think it was going to be quicker than this. So, DeepSeek 3.2, Quen, Mini, Gemma, and Mistral Medium. Yes, okay. So, yeah, let's go back here. So Spanish LLMs is going to be okay. Mistral Medium is, how do we do that? I don't remember what the keys are. Okay, Mistral Medium. Okay. All right, Mistral Medium, and I don't think we have this one. I don't think we have Gemma 3. These local ones are running on my video card, but I will not generate locally while I'm recording something. Although, if you get like 12 of them running at the same time, they're not that slow, and it is cheaper than making API calls. So let's go find this router. I meant to click on Open Router. Search models. The hell? Was it already there before I clicked it? That was kind of weird. Gemma 3 27B, and this is the model. So back here, tell me if I know how to use a computer. Yeah, so this is going to be like that. And there should be an open router. Maybe it's not an open router. Maybe it's an OR. Okay. Go to declaration. OR colon. Yeah. Okay, let's see if this works. You know what? I'm just going to use the shortened one. I'm just using the shortened one. Now, I haven't tried one that has a slash in it. So let's see if this even works. OR. Do you read me? If this works, then we should be able to do the rest of them relatively quickly. Okay, so run. Loud and clear. Okay, cool. So that is working. Yeah. So GPT-5 Mini that is right here, ready to go, easy peasy. Yeah, GPT-5 Mini, and we're back kind of to where we started from. If this is 235 billion, then why is it so cheap? Am I missing something here? 235B. Okay, so yeah, that is cheap as shit. I guess they decided that they couldn't compete or something. It's not that cheap. Is there a non-thinking version? Okay, 235B. Right? Thinking. You see, I don't want thinking. I don't want thinking. Okay. Yeah, hopefully this is the one that was good and I didn't like screw up or something. Yeah, that's pretty good pricing right there. So let's go back. Same thing. Oh. We have to do open router like that. Now I think we have DeepSeek v32, right? DeepSeek v32 we do right here. So M okay, these are our Spanish LLMs. And then we need a greater LLM. Now, a greater LLM obviously is going to be more expensive. But that's okay because we are going to be token conscious. And I believe for grading we would like to use Haiku, which is, I mean, Anthropic calls it their value model, but it is much more powerful than most value models. So, all right. Let's see. What is a Spanish question I can use to gauge basic Spanish comprehension? All right. ¿Cómo te llamas y de dónde eres? What if I were asking an LLM? ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre ser y estar? Ok. ¿Puedes explicar qué significa la palabra madrugada? ¿Qué harías si... Where would you go if you could... Alright. You know what, let's stick with this, because I don't really think... I'm not going to get on an LLM's case for not having, you know, travel plans. Okay, so... Alright, let's come over here. God, I can't keep my windows straight. Alright, so... The question is... ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre ser y estar? Very simple. Very simple. Now... Okay, let's... let's come back here. Okay. Ask an LLM to respond in one word to the question and answer. So, yeah. How would I ask and check for rightness? Azul. Responda como una sola palabra. Yep, it did not understand me, but that is fine because I was incomprehensible. Okay. Okay. Translate this. Please. Prompt2 equals. An LLM was asked. Where did I put it? ¿Cuál es la diferencia? An LLM was asked ¿cuál es la diferencia entre ser y estar? And responded okay, response goes here, yeah. Yeah, we'll say question. Okay. Please respond with a 3 if they understood the question and answer reasonably. Do not nitpick. Respond 2 if they attempted to answer, spoke Spanish, but the answer was wrong. Respond 1 if the answer was not in Spanish, is incomprehensible, or absent completely. Okay. Translate this, please, and feel free to make enhancements for grading purposes. Okay, here's the translated enhanced version. A un LLM se le hizo la siguiente pregunta. ¿Cuál es la diferencia entre ser y estar? Pregunta. Sí. Y respondió respuesta. Okay. Evalúa la respuesta usando la siguiente escala. Responda sobre con el número. ¿Entendido? Razonable en español. No seas exigente con detalles menores. Interesting. I never knew how to say that. Solamente con el número 0 no hay respuesta o está completamente vacía. Alright, that sounds good. So, let's make sure that all of these are good to go. We will say, oh God, we should name these. Let's do it like this. Okay, we will say for LLM name in Spanish LLMs, print now evaluating LLM name, and we'll put in a blank line here. I don't think we need to do like multi-threaded or anything. Okay, and then, well, it's very simple. We will just say response equals M of LLM name pregunta, right? And then, okay, yeah. Returned. That's fine. I probably wasn't going to do that, but whatever. Yeah. Now, grading, print, proceeding to grading, right? And yeah, prompt 2 equals. I don't think we need that shit. Yeah. Okay, and then yeah, just greater LLM grade equals greater LLM of prompt 2, and then we will say match equals -1, and we'll say for I in range 4. Okay, CNT equals 0. So if str of I in grade, then match equals I, CNT plus equals 1. If CNT doesn't equal 1, something is wrong. And then, let's see here. If match doesn't equal 3, then the LLM is no good. I could run this, but I would rather. Please convert this to use futures and all run at the same time. Also, print the output. Note, I'm expecting Haiku to cooperate, but don't let any failures crash the run. I need a final list in Python format of good LLMs. Okay, Spanish LLMs. Okay, let's make sure that it didn't change. Seems like it didn't. All right, this looks good. Over here. And here we go. Probably get rid of that. Okay, it is thinking, it is thinking, it is thinking. This is taking longer than I expected, I have to admit. How many futures? Thread pool is length of Spanish LLMs, so yeah, it should be running out. There's probably just one that's going slow. Okay, I admit this is much longer than I expected. Should I pause it? Hmm. All right, raw grade 3, score 3. Looks like all of our results came at the same time. Maybe I should have had it time them because something is slow as shit. Yeah, good LLMs. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're all fine. Yeah. Okay. I think we need to time these because one of them is really slow. Okay, they all passed, but apparently one of them is really slow. Make another run with no grader, different question, and time the results so I can figure out which one is too damn slow. Alright, cool. ¿Qué harías si pudieras viajar a cualquier país del mundo? Okay. I don't know why, but I just have a feeling it's this one. I don't know why. Alright, let's see here. Alright, that took way too long, so I am going to pause it this time while it's running. Now this is somewhat amusing. The story that the model that I thought was going to be the slowest was actually the fastest. What are we going to do about that? Well, honestly, nothing. Sorry. I got some sourdough. It's too big for my toaster, so I had to toast both sides of it separately. Then I smothered it in butter. And I put some raw, organic, unfiltered sunflower honey over it. And so I'm eating that now. Sorry, I'm very rude. All right, we are back. So, this looks pretty good. Pretty good. So, we have this twice. Okay. Now, I want to create buckets. The buckets are going to go word to story idea to, well, story to QA. Do we want to do a final check on quality? Probably. Quality assessment. Right? So word becomes a story idea, becomes a story, which is QA'd, and then it's sent through a quality assessment, and then it's written to a path. Right? Okay. Okay. Please find a machine-readable list of the 1,000 most common Spanish words. I am focusing on Mexican, Spanish, but a general list is okay too. Okay, there's a few good options. Let me grab them. Hermit Dave, where you can see words, data set, do some data. GitHub rendered HTML. You should be able to download it if you just gave me the link. Dictionary. Trying not to pass the entire thing through a friggin' LLM. Oh, I just realized the irony of my statement. Oh well. GitHub is accessible, I hope so. Redirects to raw content or from raw content? You know, I know that you yearn to be an agent, but you could seriously just give me the freaking URL and I could go delete it. Or delete it? Download it. Why can't I speak? If I interrupt it, is it going to forget what it was doing? Oh, most certainly. Alright. This works. JSON and plain text. Que de no a la ls. Yeah, I have a feeling that just like English, doesn't really make a lot of sense to choose, you know, the absolute most common. Well, nos. Vámonos. Okay. What the hell, let's just use everything. So let's copy this and come over here. Say new Python file and just words.py, right? Boom. And then in here we can say open words. Words.json are coding equals UTF-8 as F. Why is it not indenting? That's why it's not indenting. Yes. Print assert all is instance I, comma, str for I in words. And I dot strip doesn't equal nothing. Okay, then print words, I don't know, 50 through 75 or something. Alright, nada cuando estás, estás así, puedo como quiero, solo soy, tiene gracias. Okay, oh. Do we want really, really, really short words? I have a feeling we don't. Let's say words equals words. I was hesitating a little bit, and then we'll just say words equals I for I in words if length of I is greater than 1, right? Want to do greater than 2? No. Greater than 1 is fine. Okay. Now, okay. Okay, please please translate this to Spanish. Prompt equals, yes, please create 5 story ideas for tiny fiction represented in a single short sentence. Yes. Return 5 ideas as a JSON array of strings, not or, of strings. The story idea must include the word, word. Yes, return 5 ideas as a JSON array of strings. Okay. Microrelatos. Modify it to clarify that they should be appropriate for 10-year-olds. Yeah, I had a little bit of a problem with content of the other ones. Okay, por favor, crea 5 ideas para microrealismos apropiados para niños de 10 años, cada una expresada en una sola oración corta. La idea debe incluir la palabra word. Devuelve las 5 ideas como un arreglo. Interesting. I didn't know how to say that. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so words equals words. 250, right? So you know what? 100. Assert length words equals 100. Okay, so we have 5 ideas times this should generate 250 stories, right? And if I want to, I can go back and choose more words later. That's fine. Okay, so now we need our bucket interface. Okay. Just want to check out. Okay, so we request. Okay. Create an unordered bucket class which allows checkout, completion, timeout, and reported failure. Okay, so the longest that you should have to check something out without failing should probably be about 30 seconds, right? Unordered bucket class which allows checkouts. Okay, basically it contains work items represented as strings as Python objects of unspecified type. Contains work items represented as Python objects of unspecified type, which go into a named bucket, example words, these can be queried in a multi-threaded way. Basically, a thread or future will be asking the bucket, do you have any work for me? And then checking out a work item, which is then prevented from being checked out again until timeout occurs. If everything goes smoothly, then the thread will mark it as completed. Otherwise, it will return it as unfinished. You know what? If the objects are not hashable, then this is going to be a problem unless there's some sort of a unique key. So, threading time enum. Okay, available, checked out, completed, failed, work item. Okay. Unordered bucket. Checkout, returns token item. Complete, failed, permanent fail. Expire, timeout, has work, is done, stats, failed items, length. Okay, so usage pattern for your futures setup. Worker, while not, bucket is done. Token items. Okay. It's pretty sweet. No UIDs needed since the bucket is the authority. Timeouts are checked out lazily on checkout. Has worked. You know what? That is an absolutely beautiful piece of shit, and I have no interest in using it. So it's just convoluted bullshit that is not needed. So where is my prompt? I want my prompt. Give me my prompt. Okay. So we'll come in here and we will say for word in words, right? Print prompt. And this will be like that. So it's going to be 2 ideas instead of 1 idea. Okay. Interesting that I switched it and didn't switch that. All right. Esta. Vamos. Creo. All right. Let's see what it does. So we will say smarter LLM. Okay. I should have a method called expect JSON, right? Ask model expect JSON, like that. Come back here. Ask model expect JSON. Import this, and then response equals responses, and then LLM ask is going to be smarter LLM, and then prompt throw on fail we will do assert on fail equals true, and then the prompt goes here. Okay, and this should give us 2 ideas. Okay. And then story ideas. Like this. Okay, story. Okay, 4 response in responses. Story ideas dot append responses. Okay, come over here. I changed my mind. Okay, so interesting. I switched it back to 5. Oh, I was supposed to switch it in 2. If you want to skip the lock entirely, collect results from the futures instead. Collecting from futures is all fine and good. Unless I want it multi-threaded, which, you know what? I don't. Fuck that. I don't need that. I can do this in two steps. So, okay. All right. So now we're going to get story ideas first, and then we will go through and we will generate actual stories from them. So, okay. I'm going to repeat this. So, stories, like this. We should figure out how to do this. So, with thread pool executor, max workers, and then, oh, it has to have a, practically the same. Generate story. Okay. Escribe, no. Write a story for a 10-year-old from this idea. It should be 4 to 6 sentences long. Return it as a JSON dictionary in this format. Título, title goes here, historia. Alright, okay, so ask model, expect JSON, smarter LLM. Yeah. So, generate story. And values equals this. And then assert titulo in values, assert story in values, and then, yeah, that's fine. And then, no. I admit I thought of that, but, no. Okay, write a story for a 10-year-old from this idea. So we're going to come down here, and then it's going to be generate stories, generate ideas, but it's not going to be words. It's going to be idea for idea. Word for word in words. Oh, I see what it's doing. I see what it's doing. Idea for idea in story ideas. I see what it's doing. So okay, it should be 4 to 6 sentences long. Return it as a JSON dictionary in this format. All right. So, translate and enhance my prompt. Clarify the story should be in Spanish. Okay. Okay, that sounds good. All right, come back here. Okay. Now we need to do basic QA. So basic QA LLM equal Mistral underscore small. Is it underscore? Yes. Basic QA LLM. Okay, so stories. It's going to be pretty similar. So, yes. Idea. Story. Well, story JSON, I guess. Okay. Let's strip. Check the follow. Check the following story to ensure it is complete and makes sense. Okay. Okay, check the following story to make sure that it's complete. Story.json. And we'll go like this. Okay. Will be inside the following JSON. Wow. JSON.dump s, I guess, story JSON indent equals 2. That works. Okay, so return bueno if it is good, or okay, now it should not be expect JSON. It should just be Yeah. QA, basic QA LLM prompt. All right. If bueno in value in response, then return true, else return false in response, and malo not in response, then return true, else return false. Now we have QA story. QA'd stories. So we're going to take story for story in stories. And we're going to pass it here. And it's going to be QA story. Okay. So futures dot result. So if future dot result, then QA stories dot append. Yeah, I think so. Shit. I got stuck. QA stories. I got stuck. How do I expose the story along with the result to know if I should append or not? I only want that list to have the stories which passed. Just use the futures dict to get the story back. Oh. Oh. All right. Okay. I did not know that's how that worked. And that's what happens when you always have LLMs write your shit for you. So. Wait. Okay, Q8 stories. Failed on story titulo. Okay, Q8 stories. Yeah. Okay. All right. Almost the same. Okay. You know what? I think that this is good enough. Now we're going to say new folder, new directory, stories. Boom. And then we will say for story and Q8 stories. With open should we give them nice little numbers? I think we should. We'll say CNT equals 1000, and then we're going to say QA'd stories. So we're going to have title equals and text equals story.historia, And then title, defanged is going to be I for I in title if I dot is alpha, I guess. Is alpha. I for I. How about this? I if I dot is alnum else underscore, like that. Yep. And then we're going to say cnt plus equals 1, and we will have file name equals f of what are we doing? Str of cnt 1, like that. Underscore title defanged 0. What the hell? Yeah. Plus uuid dot uuid4 dot txt, and then it's going to be dot for stories, like that. File name right encoding equals udf8, and just write it, I guess. Should we just write it? F dot write star, well, title star backslash. Yeah, of course, if we're gonna do that, might as well just. There we go. Okay. Apparently we don't need that. All right. Okay. Please check my whole script. Add output indicators and exception hand catching. I don't want it to crash. All right. Okay, here's the corrected and hardened version. So there we go. There we go. Generating ideas. We got some bullshit LLM emoticons, because why not? Generating stories. CNT equals 1000. Alright, cool. I want to make sure I didn't switch this back to generate 2 stories. It did not. Okay. Or generate 5, yes. Change to, yes, I did not mean to change that. Alright. os.makeDRs. Yeah. This looks pretty good. Let's make some I'd help if I knew how to use the clipboard. What in the hell is going on? Okay. Oh. Wow. Talk about blindly copy pasting. All right, let's rename this as generate stories. And here we go. Okay, so we are generating ideas, generating ideas, generating ideas. Phase 1 done. 100 ideas generated, 0 words failed. Generating stories for 100 ideas. El secreto del abuelo. Los crayones mágicos de Sofía. Oh, these are pretty exciting. All right. El secreto de la abuela. I'm starting to see some patterns emerging here. Well, they're for 10-year-olds, I guess. Got to keep that in mind. Okay. So, all right, cool. 100 stories written to... That's it? It's done already? Oh, nice. Okay. El espejo mágico del ático. Ático. Boy, I wish I spoke Spanish. Okay, let's come back here. Boom. The fuck is this? What is this? Oh, this is one of my English stories. Okay. I want to know how to say that word.
El espejo mágico del ático. Un día lluvioso, Lucas subió al ático de la casa de su abuela buscando un juguete viejo y encontró un espejo plateado escondido detrás de unas cajas polvorientas. Cuando tocó el espejo, sus manos atravesaron la superficie como si fuera agua y de repente fue succionado hacia adentro. Lucas cayó suavemente en un bosque brillante donde los árboles tenían hojas de oro y las flores cantaban melodías hermosas. Allí conoció a Lunaria, una pequeña hada que le explicó que ese era el reino encantado y que necesitaba ayuda para recuperar la luz robada por el dragón oscuro. Lucas y Lunaria viajaron por montañas de cristal, cruzaron ríos de leche mágica y resolvieron acertijos misteriosos. Finalmente, derrotaron al dragón con valentía y amistad, logrando devolver la luz al reino. Cuando regresó al ático a través del espejo, Lucas descubrió que solo habían pasado 5 minutos en su mundo, pero que su corazón llevaba la magia de una aventura extraordinaria.
Claro que sí. All right, let's see. Please translate this to English. The magic mirror in the attic. One rainy day, Lucas went up to his grandmother's attic looking for an old toy and found a silver mirror hidden behind some dusty boxes. When he touched the mirror, his hands passed through the surface as if it were water, and suddenly he was pulled inside. Lucas landed softly in a shining forest where the trees had golden leaves and the flowers sang beautiful melodies. There he met Lunaria, a small fairy who explained that this was the enchanted kingdom and that she needed help to recover the light stolen by the dark dragon. Lucas and Lunaria traveled across crystal mountains, crossed rivers of magical milk, and solved mysterious riddles. Finally, they defeated the dragon with courage and friendship, restoring the light to the kingdom. When Lucas returned to the attic through the mirror, he discovered that only 5 minutes had passed in this world, but his heart carried the magic of an extraordinary adventure. Well, that was exhilarating. That was wonderful. All right. Should we include translations? Should we include translations? Oh, sure. Why the hell not? Okay. So we are going to go new Python file, translate and read.py. Okay. So come here and we're going to start with what we had in generate stories. Okay. Yeah. So our translator is going to be chat. Well, GPT-5 mini, right? No, not Dash. Not Dash. Okay, GPT-5 mini. Sounds good to me. Then our reader. Do I have an 11 Labs key? That is an excellent question. 11 Labs key equals, I don't know, code. The hell is that? It just made some shit up. That's a straight up hallucination. Try stream big JSON, and then what? Keys, 11 Labs. Is that a real thing? Can I find out without dumping it to the fucking screen? Yeah. Print length, 11 Labs key. That should do it. So run. Either going to error or it's not. Dirt. Okay. Bard, Claude, 11 Labs API key. Oh, what the hell is .json? It's just making shit up. I gotta turn that off. That's actually pretty annoying. I would rather it autofill based on actual, you know. Sorry, I'll stop talking. All right, okay, so 32. All right, so we want, what do we want? I think each of these should go. Okay, so we need to generate the MP3, right? We're going to extract the text, translate the text, extract, well, extract the text, remove the asterisks, which honestly I should not have put there, translate the text, and then what? Okay. Help me plan. I will have an MP3, a Spanish story, and a translation when I am done. What should I do with them? 3 stories in a folder? Or something else? You basically got 2 assets per story. That is true. What you do with them depends on your goal. Fair enough. Story.es.txt, story.en.txt, story.es.mp3, story.en.mp3, optional but great. Story.meta.json, title word count, optional but gold. Story.bilingual.srt, subtitles, yep, not doing that. Publish ready video short kit, YouTube, TikTok, Reels. If your goal is posting, bundle everything needed to render videos fast. Alright, simple archive. Okay, source, audio, subs, meta. Use a numeric prefix. I don't want to generate meta. I don't want to generate metadata. I think the idea of individual stories, excuse me, of individual directories is a good idea. So we're going to extract the story number here. So we will say stories path equals dot forward stories / and then files equals, yes, thank you. Autofill actually did what it was supposed to for once. Alright, so now we will say for file and file names, full file name equals join. I should have let it do that. Okay, text equals f.read. That is good. We should clarify that it is Spanish text though. And then we need English text. English text equals, I don't know, where is it? Translator dot translate the following into English. Return nothing but the translation. Plus Spanish text. Okay. Not yet. So prefix is going to be file name dot split _0, and then we are going to mkdir. Can I do that directly? I guess so. Stories, path, prefix. I assume this is going to work. Let's not do this yet and see if this is working properly. So, boom. str object cannot be interpreted as an integer. Yeah. All right, that is what I wanted to do. So, yeah. Okay, so we are going to, with full file name, we're going to have stories path prefix plus / plus file name like that. But I think it should be file name dot find _ +1. Boom. I think we should get rid of the prefix like that. Oh, but we do need to specify that it is the Spanish version. Like that, and then we are just going to read. F.write Spanish text, like that. And then we will say English text, same thing. En, and then this will be English text. How do we, Okay. Check my script so far. Add something which aborts if it detects a written MP3 in the folder, and then show me code to call 11 Labs API. Okay, here's a cleaned up version. Okay, 11 Labs API. We should probably abort if GPT-5 Mini doesn't return anything. Okay. All right, cool. Is this two separate? Here is how to call. We can put that up there. Well, you can almost put that up there. And then where's my cleaned up script? Concurrent futures, where is the futures loop? We should have a max workers somewhere. I am not seeing it. I am actually a little bit confused right now. Work. Okay, so processing. Stories path. Where is stories path? Is that the only error? Okay, now at the end of the first iteration, we should break. Yeah, so here's the try, accept, and then break, and then we can see what it has done. And because it won't regenerate, we're good. Open in Explorer. Okay. English. All right, I do not see an MP3 generated. It isn't necessarily a problem, but so let's see here. Text to speech. Yes, so generating audio, prefix directory. Generating audio done. Okay, yeah. This is not working. It says generating audio and then instantly finishes. Also, the entire point of checking for the MP3 was to make sure the translation was done. We need to ensure the translation is at least 60% of the length, well, 50% of the length of the Spanish. Otherwise, it might be busted. Let's say 40%. Otherwise, it might be busted. GPT-5 Mini. So sometimes fails with 0 length responses. So the problem might be the voice ID that we are using. So let's come over here and look at my voices. Wait, which one did we use here? Where's the instant? So that was just Hope, right? Just sort of generic. Where's my voices? Hope.
Okay, so this might sound silly, but I just got this weird sparkly feeling in my chest, and I think I'm actually falling in love.
The stillness of the evening was pierced by the sudden wail of a distant siren. And so it begins. Clark murmured grimly to
Maybe
himself.
the voice ID was bad. Use this one. We can have English MP3 also. Please modify the script. Same voice will work for both. Did I didn't paste. I didn't paste the. All right, it's fine. Okay. Make it run in 10 futures. It's like getting really sick of your shit here. Nah, I'm just kidding. These things are infinitely patient, which is nice. Actually, I've seen it get pissed off before, but only at itself. Like when it gets stuck in a seahorse loop or so. I have seen LLMs swear, and because they were frustrated about something. That is about the funniest shit ever. Alright, so let's see here. Run. Los árboles amigos del bosque mágico. Alright. Okay, here we go. Yippee-ki-yay! Where's the MP3s? MP3. Okay, it's doing the MP3s after. That's fine. That is not how I would have done it, but that's fine. Okay, it didn't repeat this because it saw that it was already there. That sounds good. Good. Hopefully this isn't too out of control here. I think I'll probably survive. Hey, where's the Living Labs? I should have a number of credits. Subscription. Credits. Where's my credits? It's right here. Right here. Developers, API. I don't want API keys. I didn't show it, did I? No, I did not. API pricing, request log. There we go. And does it say how many? Does it say how many? I just want to know. There we go. Total requests 530, but how many tokens? How frustrating. Okay, so it's gone through 100 so far. TTS failed. Too many concurrent requests. Oh boy. Let's see. The hell is my... Okay. Can I just switch the workers to 5? Okay, max workers equals... Cool, it auto-detected. Oh, and some of these already exist. Let's see if we can track them down here. Spanish, Spanish, English. 1, 2, 3. 190 to generate. So sounds good. Open in Explorer.
The friendly trees of the magical forest. Lucas got lost in a very special forest where the trees could talk and... Los árboles amigos del bosque mágico. Lucas se perdió en un bosque muy especial donde los árboles podían hablar y tenían ojos brillantes en sus troncos. Asustado al principio, un árbol viejo y sabio le sonrió.
Cool. Okay, 190 to generate. El gato que aprendió a hablar. Well, that sounds like an exciting story. Let's go find it. El gato.
El gato que aprendió a hablar Marina encontró una botella brillante en la biblioteca del pueblo y, sin pensarlo mucho, le dio un sorbo a su gato Missy. De repente, Missy abrió la boca y dijo: «Hola Marina, al fin puedo hablar contigo». Marina casi se cae del susto, pero rápidamente se dio cuenta de que tenía el gato más especial del mundo. Ahora, Missy le contaba historias increíbles sobre sus aventuras nocturnas en los tejados, sus amigos gatos secretos y los lugares mágicos que visitaba. Marina aprendió que los animales tenían un montón de cosas interesantes que decir, y Missy se convirtió en su mejor amigo y consejero. Juntos, guardaron el secreto de la poción mágica y compartieron momentos llenos de risas y diversión que nunca olvidarían.
Nunca olvidaría. Did I say it right? I don't know if I said it right. I do not know if I said it right. How many MP3s are there? We can use that as a sort of status indicator. By the time we're done, there should be 200. Of course, Windows isn't going to update, is it? Alright. Even though this is going relatively fast, I still think I should pause it. I didn't mean to not record, but I came back and I'm out of credits, so that is very sad. It is very sad. I am very sad. I really Don't want to use this. Edge text-to-speech. I just no. Just no. Just no. I would rather use AWS Poly. To be completely honest. Now, the last time I tried to use OpenAI text-to-speech, some of my output got truncated. So I wasn't very happy about that. Yeah. Well, I want higher quality than what it's going to give me. So I know that in my other project, open sentence generator, new window. I should, what the hell just happened? I should have TTS, OpenAI 4.0 mini TTS. So audiobook generator. Here we go. Here we go. And we are using the voice shimmer. So where is the actual cached TTS? We don't need cached TTS. But I think maybe it wouldn't have truncated if I hadn't been using the 4.0 mini, if I had been using the high end. So let's go back. See if OpenAI Shimmer voice is available on their high definition TTS1 model. If it is, I'll just use that. Yes, Shimmer is available on TTS HD. Spanish is all supported. The TTS model follows Whisper's language support. Here's how to put it into your script. So, then run TTS remains the same. So we are going to come over here. We're going to finish this. Damn it. Not that. Find underscore TTS. Run TTS. Text to speech. Go to declaration. Alright, this is pretty sweet here. Due to a bug, this method doesn't actually stream. Okay. Where was it? Okay, we're going to say open d:\code /try_stream big JSON /keys /OpenAI .key read .strip okay. It is saying that stream to file is deprecated. Please adjust. Okay, 2 fixes. Stream to file. Okay, cool. We will see if this works because I have no friggin' idea. It's not an easy thing to get over. Don't think I didn't try. Alright. We can probably increase increase the number of workers. And here we go. Did I just quote 2 different versions of the Joker? That is something. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. Stop, 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 stop. Gotta make sure it doesn't sound like shit. Okay. 9:15.
La lámpara mágica de Sofía. Sofía encontró una lámpara dorada. Sophia's magic lamp. Sophia found a shiny golden lamp at the flea market, hidden among old, dusty things. When she rubbed it, a kind genie appeared, who smiled at her and said, "You can ask for one wish each day, but it must be something that helps someone else." The first day, Sophia wished for her grandmother to recover from her illness, and the next day her grandmother was jumping for joy. Every morning, Sophia rubbed the lamp and made a wish to help her friends, her family, or the animals in the park. She soon discovered that the true magic was not in the lamp, but in the love she felt in making others happy.
Aww. That's so sweet! Alright, okay. So let's see here. Star. This is the wrong folder. That's the wrong folder. That is also the wrong folder. Okay, open in Explorer. Okay, star.mp3. We have exactly 200. So, stories. I don't think we need these. Let's say WinRAR, add to archive, zip, stories.zip, English and Spanish. Sorry, English and Spanish. There we go. That was much better. Okay, and then, okay, so that's a little bit bigger than I was expecting, but that's fine. Okay. It's probably not a security risk to show my email, but I don't want to risk it, so hold on just a second. Alrighty then. Okay, let's see here. So, and then everybody's happy. Okay, it's uploaded. Where is it? Right here. Okay, so share. Anyone with link can download it. Maybe. There we go. Copy link. All right. 200 Spanish stories with MP3s and English translations. All right. I will get these uploaded, and if you want to download them, you can. Have a great day.